Let's go!
The AT&T Stadium crowd is making a lot of noise.
I hope for the same thing.
It is a spectacle, this place.
Come on, take the ball away, dude. America's team! America's team! That's who we are!
The Cowboys have been eliminated from playoff contention. Their 2020 season is over. Dallas has earned themselves the 10th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Welcome in to Cowboys Flashback. I'm Dani Sureck. Dallas falls to New York 23-19 Sunday afternoon in what was a must-win game for the Cowboys to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Cowboys got off to a slow start on all fronts. The offense didn't score a touchdown until the third quarter and went just 1 of 4 in the red zone. The defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive, New York scoring in just 6 plays. The Cowboys have faced their fair share of adversities this year. They had no offseason with a new coaching staff. They had a long list of injuries. They lost a starter at almost every offensive position. And they also dealt with tragedy after the passing of strength and conditioning coordinator Marcus Paul. Throughout all of this, the Cowboys never gave up, displayed in their recent 3-game win streak. Not the way head coach Mike McCarthy envisioned his first year in Dallas panning out. However, he says he's still proud of what this team accomplished.
It's been obviously a year of a lot of ups and downs, trials and tribulations, and frankly, in some ways, this game's a bit of a microcosm of our season. But I felt that the guys, obviously, this month of December, have continued to work and put us in position to play for potentially, a playoff berth, after what happens tonight. But yeah, it's disappointing that we didn't come out of here today with a win. There's some struggles during the course of the game, but our guys fought all the way down to the end. I'm disappointed for him. I think, like all of us to a man, we felt confident coming in here that we'd be able to come out of here today with a victory.
Can you walk us through the decision not to challenge the catch before the last New York field goal?
Yes, I mean the catch. It was obviously down in our area, and the way the receiver turned to me and the information we just felt it was too close. We felt it was a kind of a bang type situation, and the fact of the matter we were in a tight game, and the 3 timeouts was obviously of high value there, so we just didn't think there was enough information to overturn it.
Did you consider going for 2 coach, and what do you think?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you had a chance to look at that play since, and what do you think now? If so.
No, I just came from the locker room. I just addressed the players, and here I am. I have not seen the play.
Did you consider going for 2 after the Zeke touchdown?
Not at that point in the game. It was too early in the game to go for 2, in my opinion. There.
Mike, how do you guys handle replay situations? Who's up in the booth giving you the information, or is it you looking at the big board and seeing what you see?
Well, I mean, we're trying to gather as much information as possible. Obviously, you don't get a whole lot of help on the road, particularly if it's a play that is something that you have higher interest in than your opponent. I think that's the norm. But also, yeah, we have coaches in the box that relay the information. That ultimately I make the decision.
With any of the procedures involving
Mike, do you feel like game management has been an issue for this team all season?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Or any of the procedures and how
the risk of losing a timeout wasn't worth that. That cost them 3 points. Gave them 3 points. You'd have been going down for a field goal instead of needing a touchdown at the end.
As I've addressed it, I didn't feel there was enough information for them to overturn it. We didn't think it was clear and obvious.
Are there procedures of how replays are handled? Were those altered at all with the 3 coaches that were able to travel to the game?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Well, with the 3 coaches that weren't able to travel with the game, there was
able to travel?
Yeah,
No.
Because of
No.
COVID issues, did that alter your procedures at all when it comes to replay review?
It did not.
How do you explain the slow start in the first half?
Well, I just think, it comes out. We didn't, we just didn't get into a rhythm in the passing game, and they hit a couple plays on us. I think like anything, you're traveling on the road. I mean, it's just didn't go quite the way we wanted to, the execution, but I thought we played extremely well on defense in the second half, and we just kicked too many field goals is really what it came down to.
The Cowboys finished 6-10, and the franchise has only had one worse season than that in the last 18 years when they finished 5-11 in 2002. McCarthy says he'll start his evaluations next week. He'll conduct exit interviews with every player and coach before deciding someone's future with this organization. Stay where you are. Still to come on Cowboys Flashback, we dive deep into the season finale loss to the Giants for the Cowboys. Stay with us.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T. Rico's products make every game a home game with Rico's. And by Reliant, an NRG company. This segment is brought to you by AT&T.
Here's Elliott. He will get it. Touchdown Dallas as Elliott fought for it and has his 6th of the year. Cowboys have their first touchdown of the day.
Running back Ezekiel Elliott with the Cowboys' only touchdown in their 23-19 loss to the Giants Sunday, eliminating them from their playoff contention. Elliott had to step up in more ways than one this year. The offensive line was banged up before the season even started, yet Elliott still managed to put up 979 rushing yards, just shy of that century milestone. Elliott also had to step up as a leader after quarterback Dak Prescott's season-ending ankle injury in Week 5. Elliott says the hardships this team fought through this year will only make them stronger in the future.
I mean, you see where we were at. We were 3-9, and we gave ourselves a shot to make the playoffs. And I mean, like you said, everything we faced this year, it seemed like not really anything went our way. But somehow, we kept grinding, we kept going, and we kept fighting. And I'm proud of this group of men for that.
Steve, what did y'all learn about yourselves this season as you came back from adversity, at least at some point?
Just like I said, we have a great group of men in this locker room, and I'm proud of them, and I mean, we gotta learn from this and figure out to come back stronger next year.
I think red zone has been an issue for you guys a lot this season. As you look at it, what's been the biggest issue for you guys inside the 20?
Just negative plays. I would say we probably had a lot of. In the red zone, we've had a lot of negative plays, and when you get off schedule like that in the red zone, it's tough. Especially, I think we were on something in goal, and then we got sacked maybe. I can't really remember, but just the negative plays. We got to eliminate the negative plays, and just because that puts us behind, and got to be more efficient.
What did you learn about Andy Dalton this year?
I'm very grateful that I was given an opportunity to play with Andy. Know the guy, didn't really know much about, didn't really watch much, but getting him as a teammate, I was able to get to know him and his family. And I mean, he's a great father, he's a great husband, great teammate, and he's a leader. The way he stepped up this year and won some big games for us, I mean, you couldn't ask for much more from a backup.
How hurt was his hand, Zeke? And can you talk about his gritty performance and trying to lead you guys back late in the game?
I'm not exactly sure what he did to his hand. I saw it was bleeding, so maybe he got a good scrape on it. Yeah, but I'm not really sure what he did. But he's a tough guy. He was getting hit out there a lot today, and but he would stay in his pocket. He was running around a little bit, and I mean, it was definitely appreciate having him as a teammate.
What did you learn about Kellen Moore today? The first time you guys had, and how you responded
What did I learn about what?
Kellen Moore as a play caller in a game like this.
He just didn't blink. We had a rough first half, and we went inside at halftime and he made some good adjustments, and we got the thing rolling a little bit in the second half. Kellen's been great all year. Love him to death.
Zeke with high praises for offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, who was recently a candidate to be the head coach at his alma mater, Boise State. Instead, Moore signed a 3-year extension with the Cowboys. Dallas enters the offseason without either of their top 2 quarterbacks signed. We hear from Andy Dalton on his future with the Cowboys next.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T.
Welcome back into Cowboys Flashback. Quarterback Andy Dalton entered the season on a one-year deal to be the backup to Dak Prescott after spending the last 9 as the starter in Cincinnati. Dalton found himself as the Cowboys starter after Prescott's season-ending ankle injury in Week 5 and says he now has a newfound appreciation for the backup position. Dalton's not sure where this offseason will take him, however, says he's appreciated his time in Dallas and playing with this group of men who didn't give up that fight until the very end.
Yeah, there's a lot to be decided in this offseason, and it's my first time being a free agent when the new league year starts, and so I'll go through the whole process of everything, kind of weigh all my options and see what we got. Like I said, I've really enjoyed my time in Dallas, just to get a chance to play back at home, where I've had a lot of family and just friends that are able to come to games and all that kind of stuff. I'm very thankful for this opportunity that I had this year. And the ability to play and just put some tape out there. So I'll see how everything goes, and when that time comes, when all the decision has to be made, I'm going to do what's best for me and my family. But again, I've really enjoyed everything that being here, being with Mike and the staff and Kellen and Nuss and our quarterback room, and getting to see Dak work and see how he operated early on, and then trying to get that opportunity to play. So we'll see what happens come March.
Do you see that back with the Cowboys as at least one of your options should it present itself?
Yeah, I'll talk with Mike and Kellen and everybody after the season, and here in the next few days and weeks, and just kind of see everything. Like I said, we'll see what happens.
Safe to say you still feel like you can be a starter in this league?
Absolutely. I feel like I can play, and I feel like I can help a team win, and hopefully the film that I put out there this year, people see that and value me that way. But, I obviously feel like I still have a lot of good football left, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Andy, can you describe that final play on 3rd down, just as what broke down in front of you, and then just throwing the ball into the end zone there?
Yeah, in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I would have just thrown it away. Being where we were in that game, there's a couple different possibilities of what we were able to do. If we got to 4th down there, I tried to extend the play. I tried to just throw it up, give somebody a chance, and in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I would have just thrown it away. But it's unfortunate that it got intercepted, and that was the end of it.
Andy Dalton's future with the Cowboys is unclear, especially since Dallas expects Dak Prescott to be fully recovered from that ankle injury come springtime. The Cowboys can now start negotiating with Prescott on a new deal for the first time since July 15, 2020. Prescott played on the franchise tag this year, and both sides have made it clear that they hope to get a long-term deal done this offseason. Right after the break, we hear from a leader on the defense after this disappointing loss to end the season. Stay where you are. It's no secret the Cowboys defense struggled all year. They had the worst run defense in the league, no question about it. Dallas gave up the most rushing yards, most rushing first downs, and in all but 3 games gave up more than 21 points. These consistent defensive struggles played a large part in the Cowboys losing 6-10 record. Linebacker Jalen Smith says just because the Cowboys didn't make the postseason doesn't make this season a complete wash. He says this year is a learning opportunity, so the Cowboys know where to focus on improving this offseason.
It's tough. Anytime you get an opportunity to step on a national football league field, you go out there and the goal is to win. And especially when there's so much on the line, to come up short, it hurts. No one likes losing. And for us, it's about how do we learn, how do we grow from this. Prayers to anyone who's hurt, and praying for health and sickness. And for us, it's about learning. It's about learning. So just got to continue to process, what's happened, not only today but all season, and grow from it. In times of difficulty, it really shows each individual who they are. So we got to find a way to persevere. It's been a long season, and for us, we didn't get the job done. So we're not satisfied at all. I'm not.
Jalen, how difficult were those first half penalties that you guys had? You had one, you jumped over a guy, obviously a couple others there in that first half.
Division rival games. It's just the balance between aggressiveness and not doing anything that could jeopardize your team. There's a couple bad calls, obviously, but it's the game. It's the game. It's the game of football, and you got to find a way. We were able to go into the second half and come out with some spark and gave ourselves a shot at the end. But we didn't get it done, so there's no moral victories.
Smith says the Cowboys battled and faced every adversity together head on. He says it's important the Cowboys build off of that into next season. We hear from a different linebacker on what his future holds after completing his 11th season. Next.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T. Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. Reliant, an NRG company. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
Sean Lee has now completed his 11th season in the NFL, all of which have been with the Cowboys. The linebacker signed a 1-year deal this past offseason with the Cowboys, so now the question becomes, does Lee have another year in him? As the ultimate competitor, he loves the studying and training aspect as much as the game itself. He now just has to decide if his body can handle another year of playing.
Yeah, I mean, I love this team. I love this organization. I love playing the game, and as you get older, it is what it is. You get older and you question things. I still think I have a lot to give, but at the same point, you acknowledge that as you get older physically, things change. I'll take time. I'll talk to the family and really think it through. I've been so lucky to be part of this. I love all my teammates. To be able to play has been a complete dream, and to give it up is not something that's easy, because you want to win a Super Bowl. You love playing, you love practice day in and day out. It's a harder decision than I thought it would be, and so we'll see what happens, and I'll take some time, but I've been so lucky and so blessed.
Sean, how does that looming decision factor into your emotions right now, even if you've had years like this where you've had to consider before?
Say that one more time.
How how does that looming decision factor into the emotions you feel right now, even if you were in a similar situation last season?
Yeah, I think that I've gotten great advice. You can't make decisions in season or right after the season. You need the perspective of getting away from it further, and you think about yourself physically, you think about yourself mentally, and then role-wise, can you still help the team? Can you go out on the field and play a role where you know that you can make sure that you're helping the team win? And so you have to check all those boxes and know it 100% before you make a commitment to come back. And so that'll be the process I go through. Hey, can I help us? Physically, can I continue to do this? Mentally, am I ready? You really look deep into those before you make a commitment.
Just because the Cowboys season is over doesn't mean the coverage stops there. All offseason long on DallasCowboys.com, you can check out team news, injury updates, and draft coverage leading up to that 10th overall pick. Thanks for tuning in to Cowboys Flashback every week. I'm Dani Sureck, and I'll see you next season.